Hey everybody, it's Cinephile Mike and happy International Women's Day. I am in my purple to celebrate the occasion, and it is day 91 of the 95 Days of Award Season Posts. And today, I was going to be talking about the animated shorts, but I've decided to postpone those until tomorrow. And today, in honor of the holiday, I am going to talk about Tell It Like a Woman. 7 short films written and directed by women and featuring women in a various set of strong performances. I feel it's the most fitting one for me to review today. Now, since it is a set of short films, it fits the theme of these few days, and as I've been doing, each film will get a short review and a rating at the end of each one. I have to say, all 7 were great and enjoyable, and I don't think there's a weak one in the bunch. Now, for the Oscars, this film has one sole nomination, and is for Diane Warren, who is celebrating her 14th nomination with her pop ballad Applause, which is played over the end credits by Sophia Carson. So, I'm going to talk about these films in the order that they're presented. First up is Taraji P. Henson's Pepsi and Kim. Now, this one tells the story of Kim Carter, the founder of Time for Change. Jennifer Hudson plays Kim earlier in her life when she was battling and dealing with her addiction problems while serving a prison sentence. Playing 2 versions of Kim, the one who's living life and one that provides an internal voice, Hudson presents the fractured psyche of a woman dealing with her innermost demons and yet finding a way to not just survive, but to thrive. And Hudson gives a truly stellar performance. This one, for me, is a 4 out of 5 stars. Okay, next up is Catherine Hardwicke's Elbows Deep. Set during the pandemic, Marcia Gay Harden and Jasmine Love play 2 medical professionals who were providing treatment to some of the 66,000 homeless people who were living on the streets during the earlier days of the pandemic in California. And at this time, a lot of the hotels, because they couldn't book the rooms, would convert them to isolated spaces for the homeless and they could receive medical care. This film focuses on the care of one specific patient, a schizophrenic woman played by Cara Delevingne. Based on the true story of Dr. Susan Partovi, this story is truly a touching tale that really celebrates not just women, but the female first responders. This one, again, a 4 out of 5 stars. This one I actually would have liked to have a little bit more to the story. Okay, the third one is Lucia Puenzo's Lagonegro, which is a touching family drama that shows what happens when an independent, not family-driven woman, played with great energy by Eva Longoria, she has to return home to her home city in Italy when her sister tragically drowns, and she learns that she now has to become the legal guardian of her niece, and this is not something in her life plan. And through some dramatic turns, we will see what it takes for one person to become a parent. This one was a strong one in the set, and I easily give it a 5 out of 5 stars. And Longoria is a true joy to watch on the screen. All right, so from Italy, jumping to Japan, we have Mipo O's A Week in the Life. Now, in this short film's short time, we see the life of a single mother to 2 young children in Japan, following the same routine of wake up, make breakfast, vacuum, get the kids ready to go to school, drop them at school, go to work, pick them up, after school activities, make dinner, after activities, then go to sleep, and then repeat. We see how this can take a little bit of a toll, but there are times when a little moment can truly go a long way. And this film does a nice job of showing how much one simple loving gesture can mean. And Anne Watanabe's performance is so lived in, the authenticity rings absolutely true. Another one. This one for me is a 5 out of 5 stars. Now, our next one is Maria Sol Tognazzi's Unspoken, which is the most tense or suspenseful of the bunch. Now, this one, based on a true story, we meet a woman who is currently in the middle of an unfortunate divorce, and she's having to make the difficult choice of being able to be with her family for an event that one of her children is having, or, working as a means to support the family. Working late night shifts in an animal clinic, one night we see our protagonist decide to leave early and switch shifts, but then one more patient comes in with an injured dog, and against her better judgment, she takes the patient in. But we will learn that the injured dog is not the only reason that this young woman has come here. Through some suspenseful moments, this tale will weave and show how sometimes very simple decisions that we make can have life-altering consequences for others. This one is also very strong. Actually, this one I think is the strongest and the best of the 7. So it's very easily another 5 out of 5. I'd even say 6 out of 5. All right, 2 more to go. Our penultimate short is Leena Yadav's Sharing a Ride. Now, telling the story of a rather attractive plastic surgeon who is very quick to make judgment calls and is very judgmental of others, she sees that, that may not be the best way to go about things. One night, while catching a rickshaw in the middle of a storm in India, another pair gets in for a shared ride. Now, 3 people in the back of a rickshaw is very tight, so she obviously is able to hear this conversation between this couple. And not liking what she hears and kind of inferring something else, she quickly gets out of the rickshaw and, kind of shakes her head at how awful these things could be. But then through a twist of fate, she keeps seeing the woman of the couple in various spots, but is all that it appears to be. There will be one more interaction between these two that will have life-changing moments, and realize that quick judgments maybe not always the best one to make. This one is a 4 out of 5 stars for me. All right. Now, finally, we have Lucia Bulgheroni and Silvia Carobbio's Aria. Now, of the 7, this is the sole animated film, and also entirely dialogue-free, which introduces us to a small, nondescript entity that looks a little bit like Eve from Disney's WALL-E, who, in their little box, watches a pink screen that shows different videos of traditional female roles. Walking down the aisle, taking care of children, ironing, cleaning, and the like. And whatever is on the screen, our entity practices. It's like being drilled and trained in. Under the watch of Big Brother, or I guess you could say Big Sister, which takes the form of a very large camera, a pink eye, watching what is happening in the room. Through a twist of fate, there is a crack in the screen where our little entity is able to see another world and go on this journey to explore what else is out there outside of the traditional roles we're born to do. This one is very sweet and unfortunately just so very short at about 5 or 6 minutes. And in fact, I'm going to talk about the animated shorts tomorrow, and while all of them are good, I actually think that this one, Aria, I almost wish it was by itself, because this one would have fit better in the collection of 5 animated shorts than a couple of the ones that are there. The music and animation in this one are gorgeous to see. I give this one also a 4 out of 5 stars. Now again, its nomination for the song Applause, truly an uplifting anthem that, while it may not win the prize, is still a very, very strong song, and another reason for us all to love Diane Warren. All in all, I enjoyed this collection of films very much, and if you would like to see Tell It Like a Woman, it is currently available for rent on most digital platforms. See everyone tomorrow for day 92, where I will finish up with the remaining shorts of animation. Until then, as always, this is Cinephile Mike saying, take a break and watch something new.